Welcome to our Queen Connect. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Kelvana. I will tell you about myself in a little bit, but I really want to let you know what to expect from this brief but powerful call. These are our Queen Connects. They're partnered with RAIN. We're a women's empowerment group. And as you can see on your screen, if you're on the speaker view, so if you just see all the faces, keep swiping over until you get to speaker view, and then you'll see that the screen is being shared with you. It has the RAIN mission up there. So our mission is to help women elevate, by owning their crown and identity, creativity, and power to build fulfilling lifestyles through passions. So we uplift through the mind, body, and soul. That's the goal of RAIN. So behind every event that we put on, we have this mission. So again, my name is Kelvana. I have been a part of RAIN for 3 years. Before being a part of this women's group, I was someone who was already on a fitness and nutrition journey, but not so open to the mindset piece of it, at least the way that I had seen it presented before. But with this foundation of really a sisterhood and women connecting, that's something that made sense to me, because I've always been in like student government. I've always been in like social groups. I'm a member of a sorority. So I understand the power of sisterhood and how cool it is to have people that you can lean on. So being able to tie that with fitness and with nutrition to create something like RAIN was really amazing to me. And also I'm an elementary school teacher. So teachers, you know, the stereotype, we don't really make that much money. And I love art. I'm an art teacher. So being able to also use the sisterhood of RAIN to create events that do tie in my passion, that's our mission, and really create healthy paint and sips that women can plug into. So not only are we helping them elevate through a mindset, but also women coming together through those healthy paint and sips and creating something awesome. So today on this call, we're going to go over some pretty powerful topics. And those topics within RAIN, if you've been to any RAIN event, you know that we love to keep it secure. We want to create a safe space, no matter if it's physical or if we're in a virtual setting. We want you to feel that what you share is going to stay within our group. Some members in the group call it a pinky promise. So I'm going to go over that with you. Okay, so in that blank space that you see on your screen, when I get to that, you're going to just plug in your name. And obviously I can't hear you, but I'm looking at those lips, making sure that you're actually saying your name. So follow along with me. As a woman of RAIN, I, Kels, pledge to strive for excellence in my pursuit to be a strong and loving woman. I will fight to be better in all aspects of my life with the help and support from the RAIN family. I will be responsible to the task that I commit to within RAIN and let my integrity show through my actions. I understand that change starts from within. I commit to proper nutrition and fitness for the health and wellness of my body. As I look in the mirror to humble myself, I will become a better support to others and always have their best interest at heart. I commit to the confidentiality of RAIN and understand that the information I learn from my involvement will stay within our group. I will walk in the name of love to the best of my ability. Okay, so if you can get down with that, go ahead, give us a thumbs up so we know it's all good. Hopefully, all the thumbs are up. All right, cool. So we're going to jump right into it. So we have a powerful message from a woman who at one point was my roomie. That's when we connected. She let me know her vision for this women's group called RAIN. At that time, it was an abs and booty workout class, but it has grown to something way more amazing. Abs and booty is still amazing, but way more powerful and impactful. We're changing women's lives as we change our own. So give it up for Miss Amanda Marshall. Mrs.
Awesome. Oh, okay, girl, you better stamp it. I appreciate you, Kelvana. What's up, ladies? Welcome to the call. So excited to connect with each of you. Honor you, Kels, for just starting us off so powerfully, really bringing in that space of sisterhood and like truly being able to grow authentically is all like what we're about here at RAIN. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Amanda Marshall. I wear a lot of different hats and titles. I'm a wife, I'm a awesome bonus mom, I'm a leader, a business builder, but at the end of the day, I'm a woman that really values myself, that had to learn what it meant to love myself. And, you know, at the end of the day, we all have that person we have to stare in the mirror. And what RAIN really was built upon was loving that person we stare in the mirror regardless of the flaws. And so we're just all about owning our flaws, striving to be better, striving for excellence, but never in a position to where, you know, we're not appreciating the season we're in. And so for me, really my physical results that I've been able to get has spun off of me just wanting to love myself more. You know, I truly believe that the foundation of self-love starts with that woman in the mirror and what you feed her, the way you talk to her, how you treat her, the way you move her. Like, we have to get in partnership with our bodies. Sometimes we're so disconnected from our soul and our spirit to our bodies, but they all actually can connect together to be powerful, you know? And so when I started to realize, how can I be more in partnership with me? How can I feed my body what it needs so that it can have the energy to do the things that I want to do? Like, just like really think of your body like that. It's kind of a different way. But that's really how I was able to take on a self-love journey, and why women's empowerment is connected to results, and why our sisterhood is so big in that, because we know that when we're, you know, going out and being active and giving ourselves the right things, we can be more, because we have the energy to. So I've been able to drop 23 pounds. I've been able to also put on 27 pounds of healthy weight. So holla, because I've always wanted to be thicker, but not in the belly, more in the booty, right? Whoever feels that, I mean, can I get an amen one time, right? So sometimes that belly can take over, but, you know, just really being able to sculpt your body how you want it, but not allowing yourself to be identified by it. More so just allowing yourself to love yourself so much that you want to take care of you. You want to look good because, hey, it builds confidence. When I'm looking snatched and bomb, I'm walking a different way. I'm showing up a different way. I have my head held a different way. It doesn't mean that I'm all physical, but it just brings a different element to you. So there's my incredible husband, Izzy, awesome man. You know, and these are my sisters. You know, the picture you see there, they're truly women that helped me grow. Kelvana being one of them. You'll hear from some of the others, but that's what we're really about, is sisterhood here. And honestly, if you have relationships, no matter who you are, every person in this world needs this topic tonight, which is on forgiveness. And, you know, we've extended that in our sisterhood even to each other, because no one's perfect. And so I'm really excited to get into our topic tonight about forgiveness, and really the power within forgiveness. So I want you to really just take a moment and think about how forgiveness has impacted you negatively or positively. How has the unwillingness to forgive impacted you? And how has the freedom that's come with you forgiving impacted you? Because no matter who you are, as I said before, whether you're on a pursuit of elevation or you're just living in regular life, I can tell you right now that if you're somebody who wants peace, happiness, enjoyment in the stage that you're in, forgiveness has to be extended. You're not going to be able to find a happy, fulfilled life with an unforgiving heart. It's like trying to create a happy life with a negative mindset. It's like really hard to do. And a lot of times it's our pain that's causing more pain. It's a cycle of pain that we consistently go inside of. And so for me personally, you know, this has been a huge, huge piece to my growth, to me elevating through releasing, through me choosing to let go of the story or the judgment that I've really had. And at the end of the day, I think it's something that it's required of us. You know, I want to talk to you. I want to feel your heart, because, you know, we're all women in this world looking to be better and grow, but there's pieces of us that are broken. And sometimes we don't want to admit that, because it's easier to, you know, be good and not need to forgive and hold on to the resentment, or we're too strong for that, or we don't want to make the story okay. So I really want you to think about your life and how forgiveness can help you live more fulfilled. Because if we're on a journey of self-love, you don't have to forgive because it's just the right thing to do. The motive behind which you do things matter. But sometimes you just have to love yourself enough to let that thing go. Sometimes you have to be in a position that you're like, how is this serving me? How is the weight of my story, of the pain, of whatever it is, serving me? And really choose to figure out how to forgive. I know that it's something that's not easy. All things, by the way, are easier said than done, but it's a choice. Some people choose to continue to hold on to the pains of life, and that's the recycled experiences that you create for yourself by not allowing yourself to release. One thing that's really helped me in my journey to forgiveness has been, you know, really asking God for insight on how something's impacted me, getting a perspective shift. Sometimes when you're able to get a perspective shift, it'll really, really support you in being able to release it. So for me, a lot of people know my story. I was molested as a little girl. And honestly, this part of my story is really interesting because I had to forgive my mom and my aunt the most. And they're not either of the people that did this to me, right? It was by my aunt's husband. But it's like, I didn't allow him to impact me. I was stronger than that. I was just in such a different place where I didn't feel like I needed to forgive him. I was just kind of over it. However, there was a lot of insecurities and like literally I was so insecure about trusting people to take care of me that it became having my own and being independent and being strong and all those things were actually an insecurity. So like me not trusting my mom because she didn't protect me and my aunt for not protecting me, it created this like cycle of abandonment, rejection, and trust issues in me. And I didn't actually realize how much extending forgiveness was going to help me sleep at night, was going to help me to be able to open back up and trust to the level where I have an incredible husband that I've had to like literally split myself open and allow him to see the deepest, darkest, weakest parts of me. And that's not easy. And so for me personally, I felt like, you know, my unwillingness to forgive people in my life, I felt like it brought me power because it made me this strong, roaring lion woman, right? That was so independent and so great. And I used all of the bricks that people threw at me and I built my wall. What is your wall that you've built? What is your guard that you've built really? Like, what's the substance of it? Because some of us have a negative wall, a negative energy wall that blocks people out from loving us. And at the end of the day, sis, how is that serving you? I get that it's hard to just forgive people and let it go and all of that stuff. But I promise you right now that not forgiving is rooting you in darkness and it's never going to serve you. So I think the problem with forgiveness now is that a lot of times we don't understand what it really means to forgive. We think that forgiveness says that the story's okay. We think that forgiveness says that what they did to us is okay, that we are going to now be friends with them, that we're now going to be cool with them, whatever it might be. But in every level of life, we're going to need to forgive people, and we need to learn discernment in how we forgive. Some people, it's letting it go, asking God for insight, helping us heal, grow, and develop. Because I can look back into some of the darkest places in my life and see that without that darkness, I wouldn't be where I am today. So that helps me with a perspective shift to see like, it was meant for good. God works all things together for good. So how is he going to use this thing for good too? Some of us aren't letting him use it for good. Some of us are holding on to the bad so much because we're hurt and you don't understand, and this is my story, that you're not allowing God to really shift through you and work through you. And so really think about that. You know, I know there's a lot of questions like, I know I need to forgive. I know that I need to find freedom in forgiveness to allow myself to sleep at night, because the person who hurt you, by the way, is probably sleeping just fine. But it's like us that are holding the weight of, you know, all we're carrying all this baggage. And then a lot of times from our hurt situation, we're carrying that baggage into new relationships and wondering why we can't find that level of trust, why we don't forgive people is literally continuing. Like you first don't find the trust in a previous relationship, but then you carry that thing over and you find that you actually never even allow yourself not to trust because you just don't trust. Like, it's literally forgiveness, by the way. It's attaching the forgiveness from your last relationship will open you up to being able to have trust in this relationship. Literally, an unforgiving heart is like soul cancer. It literally steals your joy. It steals your peace. It steals your ability to trust. It a lot of times steals people's ability to communicate because it's a lost hope. You're going to hurt me anyway. I don't trust you. Wall is up and I'm not going to let you in. How will that ever serve? And so I want you to really think deeper about your life and how forgiveness or unforgiveness is impacting you. And I'm circling this back because it's very important that we not only say, okay, I don't want to forgive because my mom hurt me and you don't know what she did and it's hard. I get your story, right? Somebody out there is holding on to pain. But sis, if you don't actually step back and get outside of yourself and see how it's impacting the way that you're being, how you're showing up, the energy you're creating, the attitude that you have, the ugliness that comes with unforgiveness, we're going to miss how to live in peace. It's crazy to think that I have a bad attitude today and I'm treating people some kind of way and people don't want to be my friend, but it's because I've been unwilling to forgive somebody from like years ago. It links though, because it's your soul being pulled on and darkened, and sometimes we don't even see it because it's cloudy. And so really think about what you want in your life. A lot of people nowadays are pursuing self-care and self-love and peace and smiles and happiness. But like, what does that actually mean? You're not going to get sunshine and rainbow without going through some rain. And that rain that's required for you to go through is this work right here. The releasing, to elevate in order to pursue your healing. Keep your love on. Like keeping your love on with those that you want to be in connection with is huge. Because think about this. When you are mad at your spouse or your significant other or your girlfriend or your mother or your dad, whoever it might be, if you're not willing to forgive, talk about it, let go, try to understand, get perspective shift, now you're pursuing disconnection. When you pursue disconnection, you're creating a negative energy wall that basically is creating this ugliness, right? Because we can cut some people off, but there's some other people we can't cut off. And if you're in a relationship or you're married or you have a dysfunctional family, there's a lot of negative walls that have been put up that are never going to serve anyone. And it can truly start with you. I believe with everything in my heart that the forgiveness work that I have had, and I can honestly say in transparency that there's not anybody in my life that I'm like, I hate them or like they're such a dirty person. Because when you are unwilling to forgive, you label people. But when you start doing the forgiveness work, you start to just release and be okay and grow. And like, what that man did to me when I was a little girl is not okay, but I'm not going to allow the trauma that he did to me as a little girl to continue to impact me today. He doesn't even deserve that big of an impact. So maybe you get to come from that space to release it and trust God and say, man, I'm not going to take that thing personal. I may have been a victim, but I'm not a victim. I was a victim in that moment because he was able to impact me based on his unwillingness to deal with himself. Whatever ugliness that was operating in him to molest me as a child is his stuff. I'm not going to carry that and let that be my story and my conversation and the way that I identify myself. So I really want you to take that on too, because we're all about elevating, we're all about growing and healing, but you get to meet yourself where you're at. You can't get the bag, sis. You can't grow, heal, and be all that you want to be without being real with yourself. We can post a pretty selfie on Facebook and Instagram and talk about, oh, I'm pursuing peace, but are you really pursuing peace? What is keeping you up at night and how is that impacting you? And I know we have some phenomenal women on the call tonight that, you know, have been really able to do this work, this forgiveness work, and take it on. And, you know, we do it in different ways. Write a letter to the person who hurt you. Maybe it's you that needs to forgive you. And you get to come to terms with the fact that you can't change the past. Why not let it go so you can have a brighter future? Look at the lessons that you learned from the experience and choose to grow from it. And that's how you're going to find that all things work together for good, that bad experience was needed for you to be who you are. And I know the women that we really have in Rain have been able to do that. You know, like I said, you're going to see results for them and the stuff we've done with our nutrition and fitness, but that's only a byproduct of us choosing to love ourselves, choosing to grow. And this woman that really gets to share her testimony, I'm so excited for you guys to hear from, because she is just such an amazing person. She's been my friend for over 15 years. I've even had to extend forgiveness to her, and she's even extended forgiveness to me, because when you have a deep relationship, the people who know you the most and closest to you tend to hurt you the most because they have that ability. And she's somebody that we've been able to grow through many seasons of life. I'm so excited for you guys to hear from her story because she's absolutely powerful. So please welcome Raquel.
You hear me?
Yes, we got you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Amanda. So sweet. My heart is racing. The topic already by itself, it's powerful. but the introduction always gets me going. You know, we have truly gone through life. So thank you so much. Hi, ladies. As she said, my name is Raquel. I have been a part of this amazing group of women for about 3 years. And I'm actually around my anniversary, like my 3-year mark, right? And I'm getting ready to share with you guys, and I pray, you know, and I ask God to just give me the words to really, truly touch each of you. And as I opened my notebook, the first thing that popped up says, I wrote this in 2017, which is why I'm sharing this with you guys. I will work on my forgiveness. I cannot let others' actions dictate my happiness. I'm not in control. In what I cannot control, I must let go and just trust that God will do what he does best. And I share this with you guys because I wrote that down August 14, 2017, which means I was just starting to come around. I had just started my journey. I came into this group of women broken down as a mother. That was my only identity. Those are my beautiful children. But it was all about them. And I was so lost. I did not know myself. I thought I loved myself, truly not. And I decided to give me a chance. I wanted to be a better version of me for my kids. And so I obviously hopped on my nutrition plan, and I was able to lose a total of 52 pounds. And it's been an amazing journey, physical transformation. But what my mindset has gone through in the past 3 years is what's really has added value to my life. You know, I love the connection I have with these women. A lot of them, I did not know them prior to 3 years. And to stand here and say they're my sisters, it's a true statement of our bond and our growth. And I've been just really passionate about this for a while, but this group of women, their support, their push and their drive has only inspired me to become a better version of me. I do this part-time. I actually love to do the self-love challenges. We love to do these empowerment events. And honestly, because I know the work it's done for me. When I decided to peel my layers and work on myself and forgive others and forgive me is when my real transformation started. You know, who I am today is not who I was 3 years ago. So it just really warms my heart to be in here and be able to just share my story with you, you know, and to know that I chose myself. I did the work on myself, and those little steps made me who I am today, where I stand tall, I am strong, I am confident, I love to pour into others, but because I fill my cup up for myself. And so that way I can be a better mother, a better friend, and just a better person overall. Thank you guys so much for listening to my story. And I'm so excited to just have you guys on our call.
Awesome job, Raquel. Makes my heart beat when I hear your story, just because Raquel is actually somebody that I've known for 8 or 9 years. We get lost in our numbers here. We don't really know what they are. It might be 10 at this point. But it's just such an honor to hear her story. My name is Cass, everyone. I've been a part of this amazing group for 1.5 years, but I actually locked arms about 8 years ago, again, off with the years, with Amanda for another women's group. And that's exactly what I needed at that point in my life. I was somebody that was lost. I was clubbing constantly, and I was really looking for women to connect with. I actually started my nutrition plan, didn't think that I needed one, but at the time I actually lost 20 pounds in my first 2 months. I went from a size 13 to a size 7. I actually decided, so in that picture with the blue dress, you'll see I was honestly like a size 0, size 3. I was tiny. Nobody told me I got that tiny, whatever works for you. But I like to be thick. So I actually put on some weight, got those healthy gains, definitely got the lower body back. And I just really love the skin that I'm in. And I'm not sure that I would be this comfortable with how thick I am if it wouldn't have been for my sisters just uplifting me, pushing me to be my best, things of that sort. The topic tonight is so powerful because I was thinking about, you know, this group, and everybody has really close relationships with their family. And I was sharing with the ladies last week that it's hard for me because I don't, or I'm trying to build those relationships. And this topic this week is everything for me. Today during my lunch break, I got to spend 1.5 hours on the phone with my mom, which rarely happens. And one of the reasons that I've done that is over the last 1.5 years, I've been able to read the book, Keep Your Love On. And it's actually changed the way that I operate with my mom. She's somebody that I was mad because she took me away from my father. She moved me across the country. I was a very bad kid, very like the things I said to my mom over the years, like, Lord, I hope she forgives me for it. But I also held a lot of resentment towards her. And it actually hindered me in so many ways. And a lot of people don't know this, but she's actually one of the reasons I have a lot of school debt in my mind. That's the limited belief I've told myself. So as an adult, I've blamed her for all of my school debt because she didn't let me live in Arizona where I would have been with my dad and have this income. And it's just this bundle of things. But keeping my love on has allowed me to really love on my mom and forgive my mom. And then it goes even deeper than that because it's allowed me to forgive my biological mom who gave me up for adoption. And it's so crazy that being on a nutrition plan and joining a sisterhood has helped me grow as a woman. It's helped me change the relationships in my family. My family isn't somebody that during this quarantine time is hitting each other up. I can go a week or two without talking to anybody in my family, but I know who I talk to every single day. And that's the women in this group. And that's why I do what I do. This sisterhood is absolutely incredible. I don't necessarily do it for the income. I do it for my best friend that's on the call and who shared her heart on our 21-day challenge call last night. I do it for the women that I get to connect with all the time. I do it for the women that are getting those changes. I do it for the women that need somebody to push them up, that are the strong women but need a stronger woman behind them. And that's exactly what this group does for us. This is exactly what the sisterhood is. I'm beyond blessed by it. I'm fortunate to build a business within that as well, to build a close-knit sisterhood and just really to keep in contact with all of you. I'm looking at you right now, Nikki. Like, I would not know you if it wasn't for this, and you're somebody that I connect with all the time. Same with you, Carol, you're on the screen. Somebody that I connected with through this sisterhood. So I'm beyond grateful for everything that it is, for all of the opportunities that it brings. And I'm so grateful for all of you guys for being on this call.
Awesome, Cass. So my name is Candace, but everybody calls me Candy. I wouldn't ever imagine myself being a part of something like this, a sisterhood like this. This to me, the old Candace would have been like, oh, that's sorority. That's what people do when they go to college. Or that's for people who actually have siblings. I'm the only child. So like, that's what they do. So I really wasn't, when I met Amanda, I wasn't expecting 3 years later to have a whole sisterhood, be a part of her wedding, and really be out there empowering women to love themselves and live in their passion. With that, also something I wasn't exactly expecting when I first became friends with Amanda was getting some physical results. I got on a nutrition plan and dropped 3% body fat and put on 20 pounds of healthy weight, and I put on hella friends. So honestly, like I would have never put myself in something like this, but it was drawn to me. There's things that you think about, and there's aspirations that you have that sometimes you forget, and then later in life they evolve. And this is that, you know, like I've always wanted best friends. I've always wanted the relationship with women in a good way, and I can't say that I was out there searching for that before I met Amanda. So the fact that it just kind of fell in my lap is really, really amazing. And so now that like that gift was given to me, I really make sure to go out into the world and do that same for other people and just shine my light to them and show them that I can be their support, that I can be their sister, even though they don't know anybody. That was my biggest thing in school, was just going up to random people and saying, hey, want to be my friend? So like now that I'm out of school 10 years later, I have all these friends that I'm just like, damn, you know, like even the special needs kids, I'm like, yes, let's eat lunch together. So it's just really amazing that like I'm a part of this, you know, like part of a sisterhood that's making an impact, not just going out to the club together, you know, we're actually making an impact. So I'm just so very thankful, and I'm glad y'all are on the call.
My heart is literally so full right now. Like, it's one thing to be a part of this, but like watching everybody grow through this is so incredible. So my name is Jenny. I've been around for 3 years as well. It's kind of our common theme in this call, but I came into a women's empowerment event. I was invited by a friend, so I knew nobody else but her when I walked in, and it was a men's panel. And now let me tell you that when I came in, I had just gotten out of a relationship. I was broken, I was depressed, and I was lost, and I was just searching. But I didn't truly know how lost I was until I stepped into the arms of all of these women. I had a little meeting with Amanda, and I just talked to her about my goals. Like, what are my physical goals, my personal goals? Like, what am I looking for in life? And through this, I decided to partner with her, and I lost 24 pounds from a size 16 to a size 9. I shared the pant size, ladies, because the scale is a liar. I just had to plug that in there. But the physical results are amazing, don't get me wrong. But what has really impacted me the most has been the mental and the spiritual change that has happened for me. Forgiveness is a huge topic for me. It's something I speak on all the time. I had forgiveness work to do with my dad. I was that strong girl who said, I don't need a man. I don't have daddy issues. I have daddy issues, you guys, but I didn't own it until I stepped into this sisterhood, because they were there to hold for me and say, it's okay. So I've done the forgiveness work with him, wrote the letter to him, boohoo crying, never sent it to him. But this allowed me to let it go because I had so much hatred for him in my heart. I got to a point where I'm like, I can't physically hold this anymore. I can't keep building up those walls Amanda was talking about to push people away. I'm like, I can't do it. And it's amazing because I've been able to let those walls down and love has come in. And to see the relationship between me and my dad now is such a blessing. His birthday was yesterday. Typically, a phone call with him prior to me doing the forgiveness work would be 2 to 3 minutes. It was a 20-minute call yesterday, and I genuinely was just glad to connect with him, but I never would have had that had I kept my heart so closed off. So I really want to urge you guys to forgive who you need to, because literally the abundance that has come into my life since then has been so beautiful. But I really want to get into something that really fills my heart up, and it's something that I have plugged into consistently over the 3 years of Reign, and that's our 21-day self-love challenges. We're currently in our 3rd week right now, and I cannot tell you how amazing this challenge has been in this current season. So what we do is we have a group chat and an app called Telegram. We do one-on-one accountability and support with your queen leader. We do topics just like this every Monday night. We really dig deep into different topics, and we also get to share like where we're at, where we're going through. We do motivation, support. We give you workouts. We know at home it's hard. I have really had a hard time being motivated to work out, but being in this challenge, I'm able to jump in and say, okay, here's the workout for the day. I'm going to do it. I'm going to post a selfie when I'm done. And it's encouraging. And then the nutrition tips. I have learned so much on my journey through these challenges, like learning about water and how you're dehydrated and learning about vegetables, things I never used to care about. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so interesting. And then really having a customized nutrition plan. Everybody has different goals. So some people want to lose weight. I needed to lose weight. Some people want to gain healthy weight. I have no clue what that's like. So those of you who get to gain healthy weight, God bless you, because I wish I had a problem gaining weight, but not the good kind. And then the awesome part is we want to reward those women who are really just going above and beyond. So we have a cash prize. So it's only $10 to enter. Literally, we could probably charge hundreds of dollars for this, but we don't want to. We want every woman to have access to it because it is so valuable. So we keep the cost low so that everyone can come in and lock arms, have the motivation, have the support. The next challenge starts May 18th, so you can reach out to your queen leader to get into that. We'll get you all set up. You'll do your one-on-one evaluation, and it'll be amazing. I'm telling you, these are phenomenal, and every challenge, they just get better and better and better. So what we're gonna go into next is our next step. So what's the next thing for you? So after this call, we want you to connect with your queen leader, so the woman who invited you to this call, and let her know, how do you wanna join the sisterhood? We have these weekly chats every single Wednesday. So every single Wednesday, 6:30, you can plug in. The link is the same every single time. And we also have our signups right now for small groups. Small groups are gonna be every other week. And it's going to be just you and a couple other women along with the Reign Queen leader. And you're really going to get to dive in on the topic for the week. This is your safe space to share what's really going on. And we're super excited because we do these in person, but being able to do it online is so incredible. We get to connect with women all over the country and really just create a strong sisterhood. Then the next thing that you can do, which is one of my personal favorites, is to schedule your one-on-one queen evaluation. So this is the conversation that I had with Amanda when I sat down and I just like spilled everything that was going on in my life. I told her what my weight loss goal was, what my mental goal was, what my emotional goal was. And it was just a place where I got to share with her, where am I at? And then we really looked at like what my nutrition plan is going to look like, what my finances were, where I wanted to go like physically, what do I want my body to look like, what areas do I need to mentally grow in? And this is what was huge, because when I sat down with her, I did not expect to get the accountability and support that she received. So forgiveness work with my dad was something that I told her I needed. She has sat with me every step of the way and held my hand and helped me to grow through that. I never expected that when I had this one-on-one evaluation. So the value in it is just tremendous. And then the next part is to lock arms with our vision and our mission. So all of us queen leaders in here, what we do is we have a business. We are powerful business women. And what we do is we help other women reach their goals through nutrition, fitness, and also to make an impact, or like a side hustle, like I like to call it. I'm also a teacher in the inner city of Phoenix, and times are tough right now. I will not lie, a lot of our money at the end of the school year is connected to testing. Well, we don't have state testing right now, so the way that our district is trying to pay us, I'm going to lose out on money. But what's incredible is that this side hustle and this gift of quarantine has given me time to pursue something that I'm passionate about, which is baking. Now, I live alone, so I cannot bake for myself, but I have come up with protein donuts. And let me tell you, if you guys follow me on social media, you know that I've been obsessed with this for like 2 weeks. I think today's the first day I actually haven't had one of these donuts, which is fine because they're healthy for you. But I have so much like passion, and I feel so fulfilled right now because I'm doing something that I love, and I'm able to sell these and make a profit. And it's also getting good nutrition into other people's bodies, so if they're not going out to Bosa, even though Bosa is bomb, I'm not gonna lie, but they get healthiness. And it's just like, I get filled up knowing that I am, one, baking and having fun and creating, and two, I'm helping other people stay healthy in this quarantine instead of putting on what they call like the quarantine 15. So that is something that's been a huge way for me right now, that I'm building my business, and to know I'm bringing in extra income where I'm not going to be getting it from teaching. So I really want to encourage you ladies, get with your queen leader who invited you right after this call, connect with them, tell them how you want to join the sisterhood. If you want to connect to these calls, connect into small groups, make sure you schedule your one-on-one queen evaluation. And if you're interested in having a side hustle or a business for extra income, let them know, and we can walk you through what that looks like and how you can get to the goals that you're looking forward to. But ladies, it was so amazing to have you all on this call. We appreciate you, we value you, and we cannot wait to connect with you guys next week. You guys can unmute your lines and you guys can say goodbye.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, ladies.
Bye, guys.
Bye.